Hello, second graders, it's Mrs. Kienholz, and we are using your science book again today for the reading lesson on cause and effect. Last time we used the science book, we talked about different kinds of energy, and we talked, for instance, about the heat being given off, and we talked about light energy, but today we're going to talk about what is sound. And this is starting actually on page 318 in your science book. There is an Explore It activity that you might want to try before we go into the lesson, just so you can make a prediction. And the prediction says to use a vibration viewer, and what it is a plastic cup with some saran wrap rubber banded around it real tight, and then put a little bit of salt on the top and see what happens if you say ah softly near the cup. Make a prediction about what it would happen if you said it loudly, and then do that and see if your prediction was correct. Let's move on though to page 319. Sound. The drummer hits the cymbal. You hear sound. Sound is a form of energy. Sound is made when an object vibrates. Vibrate means to move quickly back and forth. A vibrating object makes the air around it vibrate. The vibrations travel through the air in waves. You hear the sound when the vibrations reach your ears. If you look at that cymbal, you can see that it's moving. You can see that it's vibrating. When the cymbal vibrates, it makes the air vibrate, and your ears pick up those vibrations. Now the cause and effect. Write what causes a cymbal to make sounds. Now, if I look on the page and I look at the caption under the picture, I think the answer is right there for me. You can go ahead and write yours in before I do. Pause the video. But coming back to it, what causes the cymbal to vibrate? The cymbal vibrates. It makes a sound because it vibrates, and it vibrates because you hit it. So what makes the sound? It is a vibrating object. It makes sound when they vibrate. Moving on to page 320. Pitch. Pitch is one way to describe sound. Pitch means how high or low a sound is. An object that vibrates quickly makes a sound with a high pitch. An object that vibrates slowly makes a sound with a low pitch. A guitar makes a sound when you pluck its strings. The pitch is high when the strings vibrate quickly, and the pitch is low when the strings vibrate slowly. Tell 3 objects that vibrate to make sound. Everything vibrates to make a sound. So 3 things that would make a sound. Think about that. Maybe share that with someone in your family. I see the caption by the picture here. It says a tuba has a low pitch. So that means it would vibrate slowly. Pitches that are low vibrate slow. It says to look at the picture of the band. Draw an X on another instrument that you think has a high pitch. So it tells us that the flute has a high pitch, but what is another instrument that has a high pitch? If I go back to the last page, is there another instrument on here that looks like it might have a high pitch too? Did you say the piccolo? That's what I was thinking. And we should go back and we should X that because that's what it told us to do. Excuse me. Does the air blown into a tuba vibrate slowly or quickly? How do you know? Write down what you think. I'm saying that it vibrates slow or slowly because the sound is low, or the pitch. You could have written pitch in there. Now in blue it tells us to look at the ruler. It makes a sound when it vibrates. Tell what pitch it has when it vibrates slowly. So again, if it's slow, that pitch will be low. Let's move on and talk about volume on page 322. Volume. Another way to describe sound is by its volume. Volume means how loud or soft a sound is. Suppose you hit a drum very hard. The drum would vibrate strongly. The drum would make a loud sound. The sound would have a lot of energy. Tell why you think the tool in the picture below makes a loud sound. Why would that jackhammer make a loud sound? Well, they gave us some information up here that it says that if the drum was struck hard, it would be vibrating strongly, and that would give us a loud sound. So I know that jackhammers are heavy and strong, and I think they would make a loud sound. Draw something else that makes a loud sound. Go ahead and draw something. What did you draw? That's supposed to be an airplane. That would be something that makes a loud sound. Moving on. Now we're going to talk about soft. Suppose you lightly tap a drum. The drum would vibrate weakly. The drum would make a soft sound. The sound would not have much energy. The picture on this page shows a soft sound. Tell how the children can make a loud sound. So it looks soft because they're just sitting there quietly reading. How would they make it a loud sound? Yeah, they'd have to be yelling, wouldn't they? You hear an airplane while you're talking to your friend. Tell which sound has more energy and explain your answer to someone. So if you're talking with a friend and an airplane flies nearby, where you would definitely be hearing it, what would have more energy? Your voices when you're talking or the airplane? Moving on to the lightning lab, pitch and volume. Work with a partner, so you can find someone at home. Use your voice to make a sound. Have your partner describe the pitch and the volume of the sound. Take turns. So you could use quiet, you could use loud, you could use a high, or you could use a low sound. And the other thing that I thought was really kind of fun is to feel your neck and feel the vibration as you're speaking. Okay, boys and girls, we've talked about how the different strengths or weaknesses of sound make sounds loud or soft. We've talked about high pitch and low pitch and what causes that. So remember to continue looking for cause and effect as you go about your day and as you read all sorts of things. Have a great one. Talk to you soon.